G'day guys, welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another Starfield video. For those of you who don't know, I've been playing through Starfield while I wait for Star Citizen 3.20 to go live. I've had a look at the PTU and it's really nothing to write home about, certainly not a lot to create content about. Don't get me wrong, there have been a lot of good updates and quality of life improvements that CIG released. They just aren't, at least in my opinion, content worthy. So I've been playing Starfield, and while it's certainly no Star Citizen, in fact it's a totally different game experience, it is, despite its flaws, a good game at its core, and this is where today's video comes in. I recently decided to delve into the world of Starfield modding. It's a big world too, with over 1500 mods currently available on Nexus Mods, and more being added daily. These mods range from total overhauls of the game, to individual pieces of clothing, weapons, inventory overhauls, HUD improvements, replacing the eye art, field of view changes, adding DLSS, the list goes on and on and on. If you can think of the mod, I'm sure someone out there has created it. And yes, before you ask, there is a nudity mod. But being butt-ass naked in space is generally not a good idea. But hey, if that's what floats your boat, then go for it. So modding in Starfield can be an overwhelming experience. With thousands of mods to choose from and install, you're likely to be left scratching your head wondering, where the hell do I start? How do I even install these mods? What do I do if something breaks? Well, this is where Vortex from Nexus comes in. Vortex is an open source mod manager from Nexus Mods. It supports multiple games, is designed to work seamlessly with Nexus Mods, and makes modding easy. No, this video is not sponsored by Nexus Mods or Vortex. Not that I'm not open to it. Nexus, hit me up. Anyway, when I first started looking into modding for Starfield, I saw all kinds of instructions on how to make mods work. You had to find your game folder in the user directory, create a .ini file with specific instructions to make sure the mods would work. If you didn't get the syntax in the .ini file correct, it would break your game. Didn't put it in the right folder, the mod wouldn't load, etc, etc, etc. So, I hear you all saying, well then how do I use Vortex to mod Starfield? If it's so simple, just get to the meat of the video and let us know what we need to know. Well, before I do that, YouTube Analytics has informed me that only 1.9% of my viewers are subscribed. Those are rookie numbers. You've got to pump those numbers up. So just before we get into the meat and potatoes of this video, can I ask you all a favour? Please hit that like button. It's easy and free, and by doing so, you'll let the algorithm know this video is worth sharing to other people who will also hit the like button. Leave a comment down below about your favourite mod or something you think needs to be fixed. There is probably a mod for it out there. And lastly, hit subscribe. This way you'll know when I release a new video about Starfield. Alright, enough of the shameless self-promotion. On to what you want to know, right? How do I install Vortex and how do I use it to get mods installed? It's actually very simple. Visit the link to Vortex, which I'll include in the description, and you'll be presented with this page. Click to download the latest version, and then click on manual download to make sure you have the additional files that are required. Then click download. You'll need an account for Nexus, but it's free anyway. You can buy premium, but for this it's not really required. Once you've installed Vortex and opened it, you should be presented with a screen like this. Now obviously I have added Starfield as a game, however to add it you simply click on games, then find and add Starfield to your managed games. Once there, you can click on the ellipsis, that's the three little dots, then select Open Nexus page and it will take you back to the Nexus page for Starfield. From there, you very simply need to find a mod you like, click on the Files tab for that mod, and click on Mod Manager Download. From there, Vortex will download the mod for you and then install the mod and give you a simple interface to set any options you may need for the mod. Once complete, you can fire up Starfield and play the game with your new mod. Simple. There is another option, and this is what I did to totally revamp my game. I downloaded a collection. To do this, just open up Nexus again, but rather than downloading an individual mod, click on the banner for collections. There are currently over 40 mod collections that you can choose from. and which you pick will be entirely up to how you want to modify your game. To install one of these collections though, thanks again to Vortex, is very simple. Once you've decided on the mod you want to install, and a bit of advice here, look at the ratings. Things like success rate, that's the success of installing the game. Correction, that's the success of installing the mod. Endorsements, all these things will help inform your decision. Also, make sure you check out what mods are included in the pack. You may not want the 55 mods I installed from the Constellation mod pack. I should let you know, there are packs that do contain adult content. As I mentioned, there are nudity packs. Packs that modify certain assets of some companions, so make sure that if you don't want that stuff, to not install that mod in the pack. Nexus does mark any of the mods that could contain adult content as such, so just avoid those if you don't want it. Once you decide, just click Add to Vortex. This will open Vortex and start downloading the mods and installing them. Most mod packs will come with instructions on what is best to do when installing the mod pack. Follow along with those. Or don't, like me, and wonder why your game is broken, and then go back to those steps and follow them later. That's it. You're done, and can now play a modded Starfield. This is what my opening screen now looks like, with a mod that replaces the image and removes the warnings, etc. at the start of the game. So get out there and get modding. And that's it for this one, guys. Again, make sure you smash that like button, hit subscribe and the notification button so you can be notified when I release something new. I'm also streaming over on Kick at 8 PM Australian Eastern Standard Time every other day, and also on Rumble if that's more your thing. Don't forget the Patreon is still a thing. There'll be a link to that in the description below, so if you feel like supporting my channel monetarily, then head on over. It's $3 a month and you'll get early access to videos and other perks as well. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.